Hello jewelry friends, it's Amy and welcome to what I call my feature length Saturday videos. Today I'm continuing on with my jewelry trays and sharing the jewelry that I have placed on those trays with you. And today's trays are just multicolor. Like I don't have a whole tray of all of the next colors that I'm about to show you. So this is going to be greens and blues and a little bit of yellows as well. So let's go ahead and start with the necklace that's here on the left. That is chalcedony, and it is woven into a collar, and it has a sterling silver toggle clasp to it, and I purchased it from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. And it is an absolutely beautiful piece of jewelry. And the last time I wore this, I had a t-shirt that had that same color in it, and I wore the necklace, and it just sit perfectly along the t-shirt collar line, and it looked like the t-shirt itself was like a jeweled collared t-shirt. The way it just sat on me, and it's so pretty, and a very nice piece of natural stone, chips and nuggets there for me to wear. Obviously I have a fondness for chip and nugget necklaces, as you can see from the necklace on the left here, which is a combination of lapis lazuli and malachite, all mixed in here together. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strands, and I purchased this necklace from Jen at Jen's Gems and Vintage Finds, and it has a beautiful gold tone clasp on it like that, and it just sits it's easy, very easy to get on and off. And so you can wear this, you know, how I had it before on the mannequin, just kind of loose strands, or you can twist it around like this and wear it like when you twist it up like that, it's called a torsade. Now it shortens the length up a little bit, so you got to make sure that it'll still fit your neck when you twist it up like that, but look at it twisted and see just the difference that even just that makes right there. But this is an absolutely beautiful necklace. A little, I don't want to say it's heavy, but not uncomfortably heavy, if that makes sense to everybody. But beautiful necklace, and just I have just such a fondness for lapis lazuli and malachite as well. Malachite's having a bit of a moment, if you ask me. I think a lot of people I notice on the sales are snatching up malachite. Now this honorable mention right here, I picked up. It's a very long strand, and I picked this up at a thrift store in Smyrna. It's the Depot Emporium. Ooh, let's get some. See if we can adjust my color a little bit there. It's actually a very it's actually a very apple green color. See if I can find you a truer color to it. Maybe if I take that out. There we go. So that's the true color of it right there. I have been working on my lighting and my in here, so I'm kind of trying to adjust for all that. So maybe I have to do one necklace at a time. Maybe that's the secret trick. But anyway, getting back to this necklace, this is just some wooden beads that are green, and they have little gold tone spacers in between, and it's a very long strand. There's no clasp on it, so it is a throw over, and I bought this not really knowing what it was, not, you know, it's wood. So I don't know. It's green wood, painted wood, but it's still a very pretty necklace, and I enjoy it. And when you can't just sometimes when something's just $2, you just gotta get it. So pick this up at a thrift store in Smyrna, Tennessee. All right. So this next one I have yet to wear. It is a DTR, which stands for Desert Rose Trading, and or J. King. It is a beautiful graduated beaded necklace. Not really, I can't remember now right offhand what this stone is. It's not like jadeite or nephrite jade or anything like that. It's probably just some sort of agate. But it looks like muscadine grapes. And ironically enough, when I opened the package, my husband first looked over and he goes, "That looks like my grapes I eat." So it truly does look like muscadine grapes. And it is a beautiful, beautiful necklace. I purchased this from Beth at the Turtle Shell. And like I said, I haven't worn it yet. I am looking for just the right outfit. Now, obviously, folks, get your inner Bruce and Dennis going. You can wear it with a white t-shirt and jeans. And yes, I can do that. But I work in a controlled environment where it's always 68 degrees, and librarians and library scientists, you know, the cardigan is the lab coat of library scientists. So I usually wear some sort of cardigan over my outfits. And so I just haven't found the right color green or the right, I mean, to me, I'm kind of like, I'm almost gonna go with like black slacks, a white t-shirt, and like my chambray blue jean, you know, type oversized shirt. And I know that'll work. I know it will. But part of me is like kind of holding out, like maybe one day I'll find that color green someplace. I don't know. We'll see. But again, it's something I still need to wear. But I just had to have the price was right. I couldn't say no to it. And, you know, I like J. King. What can I say? So that's another green necklace there. Let's see if I have any more green. No. Well, sort of. Here, does this count? This is 2 strands. I think it's 2 strands of glass beads. And aren't these just fun? Oh, well, as I untangle them. But aren't these just fun? These are just so much fun. And they look so good with turquoise and with like even these green beads right here. They look so good with that. These are just glass beads. I've made a royal mess out of this. But anyway, my friends, this is just a multicolored glass beaded necklace. I got these in a jewelry jar. And they are just so much fun and so colorful, and get lots of compliments whenever I wear these. And this looks really good with my turquoise nugget necklaces that I have. So sometimes I'll mix that in when I'm wearing the turquoise. All right, let's go a little more. Let's stay with the multicolor. I've shared this one before, I think in one of my shorts videos, my Jewelry of the Day videos. This is a little Millefiore glass beaded necklace. I picked this up at an estate sale. It's got little silver tone seed beads in between, and just has a little clasp on it, which I think is just silver tone. Yeah, I don't think it's sterling silver, but I just picked this up for a couple dollars at an estate sale. I knew it was glass, I knew it was Millefiore, and I just thought it was pretty, and it kind of goes with everything, and I like it, so bought it. See, that way you don't see a lot of the black showing through. There we go, just like that. All right, so now let's go with a little more blue. This is a Sodalite and Baroque Pearl necklace that I purchased from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. It has a barrel clasp on it right there that you just saw me close up. And look at the little flowers and the leaves, and that's so pretty. Oh, I purchased this early on in my jewelry buying when I first discovered Anna, and I just absolutely love this carved. It's got a little carved flower and these carved leaves right here, and then these are the other Sodalite beads are faceted, and the Baroque pearls are on there as well. And this just, oh, it's so pretty. Wear these with some Baroque pearl earrings and a Baroque pearl bracelet, and boom, you're done. It's just, oh, it just sits real high up on the neck and looks real good with a crisp white button-down shirt. All right, and so this one I think I've shared before too. This is Blue Lace Agate, and I picked this up for, I want to say $1 at a thrift store in Cookeville, Tennessee. Which, by the way, I was up there just last Saturday, and I drove by. I was with my girlfriends, and I drove by, and I said, "Hey, right here's the best thrift shop ever." And they're all looking, and they're like, "Where?" Of course, I was driving, and so I kind of slowed the car down for the red light coming up, and I glanced my head over, and the thrift shop is now like a a store where you can go buy grills, like, barbecue grills. And so I was like, oh, so I'm going to have to do a little research and find out what happened to like the very best thrift shop ever. I mean, people, I could still find things for a quarter inside that store. So, I hope they have just relocated and I need to find them. So it has an old fish hook clasp on it. This thing was covered in verdigris, and so I soaked these parts in ketchup and came right out. And so blue lace, agate, nice little nuggets, very pretty light blue blue lace agate. All right, so this one I've talked about before. This is my lapis lazuli Relios necklace. Relios is from Carolyn Pollock, and this is the necklace that I got at the City Thrift in Smyrna. Oh, sorry, I don't even know why I'm trying to do this with my left hand. I need to do it with my right. Bear with me, friends. I'm sorry. Whenever I store these on my tray, I store them flat and obviously not latched or hooked up, so bear with me. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't it so pretty? So it's lapis lazuli, these kind of graduated discs. And this I spied in the case, in the jewelry case at City Thrift in Smyrna. And I saw it, and they wanted $39.99 for it. And I was like, nope, not going to do it. And it was over, what's the holiday in March? St. Patrick's Day. So on St. Patrick's Day, they had a half off sale. And I went back on like the 18th of March. I couldn't make it on the 17th. And I went back on the 18th and did a double take when I saw that it was still in the jewelry case. Now, granted, not everybody's off on St. Patrick's Day, so they probably didn't have a lot of shopping going on that day. As far as the half off was concerned, but as far as business, but I went in and I couldn't believe it. And at City Thrift they do the color stickers, or certain colors are half off or certain colors are 30% off. And this had a blue sticker on it, and the blue was half off. So I walked up to the counter. I said, is the jewelry count towards the half off? And they were like, yes. And I knew the answer, but I just wanted to confirm, to be honest with you. She was like, yes. And I said, well, then could I have that necklace, please? And she said, oh, yeah, sure. And I said, I'm kind of shocked it's still there after yesterday's half off sale. And she said, yeah, it's just not a lot of people were into the jewelry yesterday. So I was like, well, good for me. So I ended up paying $20 for this. And I did not know that it was Relios or Carolyn Pollock. I just knew that it was real stone. I ran my fingers over it real quick. There was a line, so I ran my fingers over it real quick looking for chips or cracks or anything. Didn't feel anything, so I just said, yeah, I'll buy it. And it wasn't until later in the evening when I got home and I checked the hang tag on it right here when I found out that it was Relios. So very happy with that purchase right there. Let's see, do I have any more blue? I do not have any more blue. Okay, so now we're going to go to a little more towards the yellows. This, not to sound like a broken record, is DTR, or Desert Rose Trading, or J. King, however you want to call it. Now, that's a little, it was sold to me as Jasper, so I'm going to say that's what this is. It has some little silver spacers, beads in here as well. I referred to this as my corn necklace. Doesn't it look like a strand of corn? Maybe it's just me, but it does have a little bit of green right here, and it goes definitely to more yellow down here, and then a little more greenish right there as well. But to me, it looks like Indian corn, and that's okay. I don't mind. I like corn. Again, I've worn this necklace before, white t-shirt and blue jeans, and boom, done. And so there's a little puffy heart. There's the DTR markings right there on the cones. And I purchased this from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. So I do like DTR. I have been considering doing an only DTR video, and I'll probably get around to that, but I kind of wanted to get through my trays first before I did it. So this will probably be making a reappearance at some point whenever I do that DTR video. Well, that, and I just can't stop buying DTR, so I mean, there's that. Anyway, so that's DTR, and this is also DTR. Uh-oh, do I have it backwards? No. There we go. Look at that. Okay, this I purchased from Jen and Joe at Jen's Gems and Vintage Finds. Now, I have mentioned before in another video and in my shorts that, and Jen and Joe have mentioned this as well on their channel, that if you see something during one of their auctions and you pass on it, and let's just say nobody buys it, and they say, okay, it's a pass, and then they'll say, just email us. What they mean is, if you consider something after the fact and you think to yourself, gee, I really wish I'd bought that, all you have to do is email them with just a very simple description and say, hey, if this is still available, can I have it? I have done this on numerous occasions with Joe and Jen, and they have honored it every time because they still had the piece. Obviously, if they haven't had it, they can't, give it to me because it's been sold. But this particular piece, I kept thinking about and thinking about and thinking about. And it was probably 3 or 4 days later when I finally emailed them. And this was the first time I've ever done that. And I emailed them and I was like, if it's still available, I can't stop thinking about it and I would like to buy it. And they, of course, responded with, well, then, it must be you need it then because you keep thinking about it. And so they sold this to me. Now, this is a very special stone. It is kind of hard to see in the video here in the camera, but it's an actually like almost satin like finish on the stone. Does that make sense? It's not glossy. These are glossy. Do you see the light reflecting off of them? This is what I would refer to as satin, but it's natural stone, and it starts with the letter B. And there's an A and an H in it someplace, and an I, and I cannot remember how you pronounce it or the order all those letters come in. But I know Jen well enough to know that she will probably watch this video and will graciously leave us a comment below telling me what kind of stone this is. I remember it has a B and an A, an H, and an I in there. Bahani, maybe? Well, whatever. I'm not going to butcher it. Anyway. But it's a certain type of stone, and what also is special to me about this is that Joe is the one that picked this out at the Taj Mahal of Jewelry and brought it to Jen and said, I think this is something. And he didn't even know at the time. She's been educating him, and he is a fast learner. And so Joe picked this out as something that he thought they should get to resell, and no, that's not the reason I bought it. I bought it because I couldn't stop thinking about it. But it is definitely one of a kind. I do not see this stone all the time on my shopping channels. So I feel like I have something that's a little different and unique to me. And also I'd like to point out that this pendant right here, look how thick that bail is on that. You see that? I have worn this with the pendant, and I have worn it without the pendant. It is so big you can slide it right off and just have a double strand on here. Now, it does come double strand. I can't double strand it myself. It comes that way. But there's the fishhook clasp, there's the puffy heart, and the DTR marking is on here. It's on there, I promise. I've seen it. I've looked under, and it's on the pendant as well. So, that's not my very first DTR I purchased, but it is probably one of the first things I purchased from Jen and Joe more than a year ago. And I just love it. It's so pretty. All right, let's see here. Moving on with our yellow theme. We're going to go with this one right here. This is a recent purchase from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. Make sure I have it on here right. Woo! It obviously caught some of my hair. I'm sorry. Leslie, say it with me. Ew, gross. Anyway, yeah, that is one thing I picked up on whenever I was wearing this necklace, was it grabbed a hold of my hair and yanked on it a little bit, but that's okay. It made up for it in its beauty. This, my friends, is Bumblebee Jasper. Look at those beautiful spikes on there. Oh, and it's got these bronze spacers in between, and these little swirly bits right here. The last time I wore this, and I mentioned it in one of my shorts, I went to a Nashville Soccer Club match down in at the new soccer field, or what do they call it, a soccer pitch in Nashville. And I got a friend who's got season tickets, and every now and then we just have a little girls' night, and we all go down. She graciously lets us use her tickets. Well, she goes too, but you know what I mean. So anyway, but I wore this I had to leave straight from work to get there, and so I wore this to work that day because, oh, and let me explain why, in case, you know, you're not from Nashville. The Nashville Soccer Club team colors are a deep royal navy blue and this bright yellow. So, of course, I wore this to support the team. And I don't know if you saw whenever I was putting this on here, the unique little bronze-like toggle clasp on there. This looks like somebody, I mean, this looks, I don't want to say a kit. I mean, it might be a kit, but it's something somebody pieced together. This isn't something that you're going to find in the store all the time. This is obviously a homemade piece right there. I'm sorry, I just hit the microphone. Okay, so Bumblebee Jasper, and I have a huge Bumblebee Jasper long ring that covers this whole finger right here almost, that I wore this with. It's a very pretty set. Okay, let's see what else I got down in here. Whoop. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that either. I apologize. All right, let's see here. Now this other necklace I recently shared with you. Oh, no, let's get the numbers right. 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 3. There we go. So this necklace I recently purchased from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. I bought it at one of her end of the month sales, which, by the way, she just had on the 31st. So I hope you went there and bought lots of things at a deep discount when she's liquidating stuff. But this is, the numbers are real stone pieces, and the pearls are real peacock pearls, and it's individually knotted in between. And as a former children's school librarian, as soon as she put this necklace on the bust, I thought to myself, well, that's chicka chicka boom boom numbers. I think the name of the actual book is Chicka Chicka 1, 2, 3, I think is the name of the book. The first one is the alphabet, the second book is the numbers. Will there be enough room? Chicka chicka boom boom. Anyway, so so I bought this. I am no longer a children's librarian, but the price was right. I absolutely adored this. And kind of in the back of my head, I thought to myself, I might give this away as a gift to a teacher who teaches math. I'm not quite sure yet where I'm going with this yet. We'll see. But I have this in my collection. But it goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I want to say 9's around the corner here. Yeah, there's 9 right there. Look at that. Oh, it's just beautiful. Oops, I'm sorry, it's not in focus. And then it's got this beautiful little like lifesaver clasp to it. It's a thumb ring clasp, but it's that when it has those little lines on it like that, it's called a lifesaver because it looks like a lifesaver preserver. Anyway, okay, so enough about that. But anyway, I just thought it was beautiful. Absolutely loved it. I have yet to wear it, but. And it has some condition issues. It has some chips in the stone, but I don't care. I've never seen anything like it, and I seriously doubt I ever will again. And so, and like I said, the price was right, and so I said yes to this. So that's my little stone necklace, number necklace right there. All right, so these next couple of pieces I've mentioned before as well. This is DTR. And it has it got an amethyst here and some jasper and some carnelian, blue lace agate. I'm not quite sure what the green stones are. And then some more jasper up here. There's the clasp on it and the puffy heart and everything. So this I picked up at a thrift store. That one's called TenThirtyFive. It's in Donelson. It is a Christian-based thrift store. And I picked this up kind of, if you guys remember a couple months back, we were kind of on this, all of us in the jewelry world were on the beggar bead kick, beggar bead necklace kick. And I know Jim still has some available because she just put a video up earlier this week about it. So anyway, so whenever I saw this, I thought, ooh, these look like beggar's beads. And then I saw it had DTR on it, and I was like, well, even better. And then I saw the price tag was $10, and I said, that's fantastic. I'll take it. Thank you. So this was $10 at a Christian thrift store in Donelson, Tennessee, called TenThirtyFive. So that's that necklace right there. Again, perfect with jeans and a white t-shirt. And then I also recently talked about this one in a haul video. I picked this up at a yard sale. I'm not, if you want to do price per item, I probably paid 50 cents for this, maybe 75 cents. They didn't have anything priced. I had other things. I had a piece of Pyrex. I had a piece of copperware. I had a Christmas tablecloth. I had some jewelry. I just kind of threw it all down on the table and said, how much? And the lady was like, $4 for everything. And I said, okay. And I just I couldn't get the money to her fast enough. But this is rock crystal. And of course we got the little spiky stones here. And then the chunks back here. And we got a little sterling silver clasp and some sterling silver beads back here as well. And so this is just a nice little clear piece. And obviously I have a thing for chip jewelry. So anyway, so that's everything in these. This was actually 2 trays worth. I kind of had these kind of spread out a little bit. But again, I don't have like enough green to make a green tray, and I didn't have enough blue to make a blue tray. And I'm going to say yet on there because I can't quit buying the jewelry. So, yeah, the limit does not exist. So, my friends, that's all the jewelry I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Here, let's put this piece back up. I'll just grab that one because it's already, look at that. Oh, so pretty. And so, and in these trays, I keep necklaces. This will be the last of like my color trays because everything else fits in a jewelry box. But I do have like a tray that has all the little dividers in it, and I have earrings in that. So I think I'm gonna switch to like earring trays next and share with you my earrings. And and then I also want to share with you this right here. My husband 3D printed this for me to put a ring on. I don't know if you can see the difference in how this one's slanted and this one's straight up and down. I told him, I said, sometimes when I put rings on there, gravity pulls it all around and it won't stay upright. So he made me one that went straight up and down. So, whoops, there, like that. So I can't wait. Sorry about that as well. So I can't wait to get some rings on that and share with you. But I keep necklaces on these trays, so that's why I don't have any rings right now, and I didn't bring any down. But my friends, that's what I have for you today. So this is the point of the video where I say if you haven't yet given this video a thumbs up, I would truly appreciate it if you did so. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you did that. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to a YouTube channel, but it certainly means a lot to the YouTube channel owners. It has, YouTube keeps track of such things, and it helps us out a lot. And so I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it very much if you went and visited some of the jewelry resellers that I've mentioned in this video. Or if you live in the Middle Tennessee area, go to some of the thrift shops that I've mentioned as well. And I guess that's all I have to say for now. I guess I'll see you next Saturday with another video. Please stay tuned and also watch my channel for shorts where I post my jewelry of the day. I've been taking pictures. I get lots of questions about the scarf, how I wear the scarves in my hair. So I've been taking pictures and posting those as well. So that way you can see how I style my hair with my scarves in my hair, in my head, on my head, in my hair. And I think that's it. I think that's it. As soon as I hit stop, I'll think of 80 things I should have said. But we'll end it right there with that. So, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your time. You could have clicked on any other video, but you chose to click on this one and watch it. And I thank you so much for your time. And my friends, I'll see you all around, and may God bless you greatly. Bye-bye.